State House, state lawmakers returned today for the first day of the legislative session. One of the bills under consideration would allow Governor Pence to run for two offices at once, governor and president, if he chooses to pursue the job. RTV6's Katie Hines explains.
Governor Pence says he won't make a decision on whether to run for president until after the session. But at least one member of his party wants to give Pence the opportunity to keep his options open.
Better aligns state and federal interests so that if you're a federally elected official, you always have this kind of looking over your shoulder that a state guy could run for that slot if they feel like you're getting out of line in terms of what the state's interest really is for our citizens.
The idea isn't unheard of. IUPUI political science professor William Blake says it's fairly common for a vice presidential candidate to appear on a ballot twice. He points to Congressman Paul Ryan of Wisconsin in 2012. He isn't aware of a presidential candidate who appeared on the ballot twice in recent memory, but
it's not out of the question, and the U.S. Constitution says that elections for federal offices are determined mostly by state law.
Senator Mike Delph hasn't run the idea by the governor. Pence says he learned about it from the media. In a briefing with reporters, he called the proposal a well-intentioned distraction.
I am completely focused on the future of the people of Indiana and completely focused on the session of the General Assembly.
The idea is already proving controversial before any conversation at the State House.
You can't focus on Indiana and our problems here if you're worried about what people are going to say or think out in Iowa or New Hampshire.
The bill is filed, but it's unclear if it will actually ever get a hearing. At the State House, Katie Hines, RTV6.
The state has made exceptions in the past, but never for the office of president. The Indiana Elections Division confirms former Senator Richard Lugar and Congressman Lee Hamilton were given the opportunity to run for vice president while also seeking re-election to their federal offices. Well, aside from tackling a few hot-button issues, lawmakers' main focus will be writing a budget for the next 2 years. Governor Pence says he'll release an additional $200 million in road funding in the current budget. He says it's money that will go to work immediately to expand lanes on highways. Pence plans to request more money for roads when he submits his budget to a state committee on Thursday. He says the state has sufficient resources to cover his priorities.